getting back to it, I have a medal that I wear of either St. Michael or Joan of Arc. Those are the two that I wear. Being raised Catholic, I am a confirmed Roman Catholic. I took Joan of Arc, Jeanne d'Arc, as my Catholic name, because I truly believed in everything that she stood for. And I believed that she was a wrongly accused woman, a woman of power, a woman who believed that she was doing what was right for her people, and she got persecuted for it, okay? And as we all know, she was burned at the stake for being a witch or a heretic back then. What's really interesting is that turns out she wasn't, right? And we know that, and they still kept her as a saint. She's the patron saint of France. And it came out that basically she was burned at the stake because she was too powerful as a woman and she had too much control, okay? Same thing goes in with a lot of the witches that have been killed or that we know the stories of throughout history. Now, we know that women of power, women who are educated, women who know how to use herbs medicinally, they unfortunately have been tossed aside in history and be deemed evil for whatever reason. I'm not going to get into like the male-female cycle and kind of like how we live in male-dominated societies, but we all know where we're at. Circling back to this conversation that I was talking about in my other video, the guy was asking me what I think about good and evil. And I was like, well, everything is two sides of a coin. There is always a positive to a negative. There is equal sides of it. And it's like a yin and yang. And he's like, yeah, like yin and yang. What is that? That's like Buddhist. And I was like, correct. There is a darkness and a light. Within every darkness, there is light. Within every light, there is darkness. So we are a balance. And he's like, well, do you believe in the devil? And I go, I believe that there are negative energies out there. And I believe that they become more powerful the more energy you put into them and the more you give to them. But if you likewise give more energy to positive energies and entities, they will increase in power. And he's like, oh, that's interesting. So like, do you feel like you're going to hell? And I go, I honestly feel like I'm going to just recycle. I believe in, if I don't get things right in this life, I'm going to go up and they're going to be like, nice try, go back down and figure it out. I don't necessarily believe in a hell. I believe in a purgatory of sorts, and I think that that is what life is, and we are trying to figure it out. You got to do all the things. So like I was saying before my video really cut me off, if you do all the things that you were supposed to do in this life within your spiritual contract, and you have recycled enough times on this planet, then your soul is then able to move on to whatever the next destiny is. And I think that is what we call heaven in Christianity. And I think where we are here are the lessons that we're learning, okay? And if we don't learn them in this life, we have to recycle and we come back into another life. Now, do I believe in past lives? Absolutely. I have had past life regression therapy. There's some great past life regression therapists out there. Go check them out. But I know for a fact I've had at least 3. And I know through doing that hypnosis, I recognize people that are in my life that are part of my soul family. Without a doubt, because it's a sensation, it's a feeling that you get. And yes, that is very Buddhist in philosophy. So I circled back to this guy that I was talking to, and I was like, so really what I am is I've taken a little bit of this, and 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 I've created my own spiritual identity, I guess. Because religion is a fishbowl, but spirituality is the ocean. And I'm more comfortable in the ocean. I'm more comfortable climbing to a mountaintop, sitting there and feeling the wind on my face, and meditating up there, and just being myself, my authentic, true self. And being blessed by the sun and the earth and the wind and maybe smoke or fire if I'm using a smudge. I feel more connected there than I do sitting in a church reciting words that were written hundreds of years ago that people don't really believe in, and they just recite like a zombie. And that's just me. And that's not me putting down Catholicism, because I do believe it has its place. But I'm just saying that it's okay to be more than just the box that you were born into. So that's how I can be Catholic and identify as a Catholic and be okay doing tarot and be okay going on ghost hunts and be okay doing spiritual offerings to nature and be okay manifesting. Because I believe that every deity that has been on this planet has only been trying to teach us how to be more like them, and how we are actually all part of them, and we all have the universe within us, and all we have to do is be enlightened. Just like Jesus said, he was trying to enlighten his disciples. Just like Buddha said, he was trying to enlighten everyone else. Open your mind, see where it takes you. Have fun on the journey.